I'll never forget the sound of that growl, deep and low, cutting through the dark. It wasn't human, and it wasn't far. We were stuck on the edge of the woods, the sun long gone, my heart pounding in my chest. I was helping my cousin move his sheep to a new pasture when his truck broke down. The trailer hitch snapped too, so the sheep scattered. We were out there for hours trying to gather them back up in the dark, with nothing but a weak flashlight and my cousin swearing to keep us company. That's when I saw the eyes, two yellow orbs shining from the edge of the trees. At first, I thought it might have been a deer, but then the growl came and my stomach dropped. It was something bigger, something meaner. "You hear that?" I whispered to my cousin. Before he could answer, the bushes rustled, and the sheep closest to the woods started bleating like mad. Whatever it was coming closer. Now, here's where the English dog comes in. Though, honestly, I didn't think much of him when I first saw him. He belonged to my cousin's neighbor, a scrappy border collie named Tom. He'd been hanging around since we started loading the sheep, just sitting there watching like he owned the place. When Tom heard that growl, he didn't wait for us to figure out what to do. He shot off like a bullet straight for the trees. I'll admit it. But then I heard barking. Fierce, sharp barking that made the hair on my arms stand up. It was like Tom wasn't just warning the creature, he was daring it. A few seconds later, I saw it. A coyote, bigger than any I'd ever seen, slinking back into the shadows. Tom chased it off like it was nothing. When he came trotting back, he looked so proud of himself, tail wagging and tongue out, like he hadn't just saved the entire flock, and probably us too. But that wasn't the end of it. The sheep were still scattered, panicking from the whole ordeal. My cousin and I didn't even know where to start. That's when Tom took over. He ran straight to the nearest sheep, nipping at its heels just enough to get it moving, then darted to the next one. It was like he had some kind of secret map in his head, knowing exactly where every sheep was hiding. "Let him do his thing," my cousin said, like this was normal. But to me, it was like watching magic. In less than an hour, Tom had the entire flock back together, circling them in tight loops to keep them calm. The coyotes never came back, probably too scared of that fearless little dog. When we finally got the truck working and loaded up the sheep, Tom hopped into the back like he was part of the crew. My cousin laughed and gave him the last sandwich from his lunchbox. "Good job, boy," he said.